Giants on the air tonight at 7 o'clock, and then we have the Giants again tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So life's good on KUIK. With me right now is Marlis Mock. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great.
And then we have Peter Boone. He's an engineer. We got to teach him. You can say, I'm good, hello, or good morning.
Good morning, Don.
There you go. See, engineers can talk. And then we have another engineer, Mike Britch. So you and I have to...
We're outnumbered.
We're outnumbered.
Almost.
Because they're more than two, actually.
Good morning.
They're engineer. And you guys do water.
Yes, sir.
Now, my friend that I grew up with CH2M Hill, he does the other kind of water. And he says it may sound like that to you, but to me it's my bread and butter. You've heard that story.
I've heard that.
You've heard that story before. Okay, we'll just leave the girl out, and it's a cuss word.
Got it.
So we are into what year? Maybe, well, if you take planning, probably 10, 12, 15 years to bring the water where you guys are bringing it?
Yeah, it's a 10-year program, and we're just into about our second year, but we've been busy all the way.
But you're digging dirt now. I mean, you're moving things, right?
Yeah, we actually have 3 projects that are actively in construction. We've been building things for the last year. Probably by the end of next week or so, we'll have about a mile of pipe in the ground out of 30 miles. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So let's start with where's the water coming from? And that is?
It's coming from the Willamette River by Wilsonville.
By Wilsonville. So on I-5, we cross, that's about in, that probably is in Wilsonville.
Yep.
And so I look to my right,
yes,
or to my left?
To your right, upstream a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, upstream, and there's a lot of beautiful homes down there, and there's boat docks and water skiing and everything else. And you guys are how far from like I-5?
It's very close.
I'm guessing a quarter mile or so.
Okay. Oh, and then when you could see it when you're driving south on I-5?
It's pretty wooded, so I don't know that you'd be able to see the area.
So you build a building and put in a great big pipe and get a couple of Honda generators and start pumping water.
A little bit bigger than Honda generators.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some big pumps down by the river, but we have a treatment plant at a different location along the route.
Okay, and then you're heading north.
Yes.
And so when you get to the north side of the Willamette, if you're in I-5 going south, you can just look there and you're coming this way, going north, right?
Right.
And so you start digging through the woods and with backhoes or bigger than that? Or
Yeah, so contractors bring really large equipment to install pipe that's 66-inch diameter. Sections of pipe are 50 feet long, so you end up having trenches.
Each section is 50 feet long?
Each section is about 50 feet long.
And the product that you make,
the pipe is made out of welded steel. It's probably anywhere from 3/8 inch to half an inch thick wall.
And it's steel?
Steel, yeah.
And then you weld them on each section?
They weld the joints together and coat them, and it's a really good system.
And how deep are they? Can a farmer farm over the top of it?
No. We try and be at least roughly 5, 6, 7 feet deep at a minimum. But in other places we have to be 20 feet deep or to avoid things that are buried.
So you're coming out of the water, and that's all done so far, right? And you're heading north and northwest.
So we're gonna do some expansion at Wilsonville's existing intake. We'll be adding some more pumps and stuff, and then we'll take our pipe through Wilsonville. We're building sections with Washington County and some of their road projects. They have a Southwest 124th project. They have other projects coming up to cross Highway 99. So we're trying to be really efficient in how we construct these things and do it in a way that minimizes disruption to the public. There's a lot of traffic, and doing it really cost effectively.
So you have completed your first mile, thereabouts.
Thereabouts.
And so you have 29 more to go.
Thereabouts.
So in our mind's eye, we're 1 mile away north of the Willamette River in Wilsonville, just not too far from I-5. And you're 1 mile, and now where is that baby going to go?
So as we go through Wilsonville,
The town of Wilsonville.
and we've completed the Kinsman Road Partnership Project with the City of Wilsonville, which is a new road extension for them.
Okay.
We will go on 95th Avenue, across to Garden Acres Road, then connect with the 124th project, just to the north of Sherwood, across Tualatin Sherwood Road, Roy Rogers Road, heading north to Cooper Mountain, where we have
Where
reservoir
will it
tanks.
intersect? I'm trying to see if it's going to follow me up, see, because that's what's important. Where does it cross or run parallel or whatever it does to Roy Rogers?
So we'll be on Tualatin Sherwood Road,
Yep.
and then head west, and then cross Highway 99,
Right, okay.
and then swing
Kinda near
north.
I use that all the time. So
Yes,
so it crosses 99 where?
right at Tualatin Sherwood Road.
Okay, I mean like that intersection?
That intersection.
Okay.
Yes, and they're doing a lot of planning work with all of the
Maybe while you
jurisdictions.
guys are doing it and nobody from Wilsonville or Tualatin is looking at you, you can retune the lights. That intersection has the worst lighting system. I mean, you just if you're coming from I-5, you come from say Bend, and you're tired, you're exhausted, you've been driving 3 hours, and you can sit at that light. I'm telling you, forever.
Well, the good news is when we're crossing Highway 90.
Blow up the lights.
No, we're not going to do that. But we're going to build this with the Washington County Road Project, where they're going to widen things, and hopefully they're going to fix those intersections, make it better and more efficient. For
God, we
folks.
could do a roundabout, a monster, the largest roundabout in the world. Even Europe doesn't have one bigger than that one, and we could pick up our time.
That would be innovative, yes.
Yeah. So anyhow, we cross 99 and
Continue to head north to Roy Rogers Road,
okay, all right.
and then
Do you go along maybe Tualatin, along the highway that we would take over to 99?
so we're planning to build in the road, again, trying to limit those construction impacts
Okay.
on neighbors so that we're doing it at
Sure,
the same time.
sure, that's nice.
And then crossing under the Tualatin River,
Okay.
continuing to head north. We take a left on Shoals Ferry Road.
Left on Shoals Ferry Road, right? Got
Right
it
there at the
Roy
new high
Rogers.
school.
Yeah, we call that the prison. Because you ever seen it in close to dark? I'm telling you, when we're driving in or coming out, and that big, in fact, it's like Superman. I mean, it's like one, and it's just a monster. It goes up to the top of the sky.
It's a big building.
It's a big building.
Yes.
I don't know how many yards it took to get that high, or the reason why they went that high, but it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful
Yeah.
school building.
Okay, so we head west on Shoals Ferry, right on Tile Flat, and
Okay.
then
Right on Tile Flat, okay.
and then right again on
Crabhorn.
Grabhorn Road,
Okay.
and then head up to Cooper Mountain,
Got it.
where we're planning 2 large water storage tanks that are going to be seismically resilient, so that they provide emergency
round
storage.
Yeah,
Yes.
about 300-foot diameter or so.
So like at right out here on Evergreen and Brookwood, which is right out here, the new part of building, they have 2 big round, light green in color, and they hold like 3 million gallons of water. Is that what you're going to
Probably
do?
this
Yeah, something like that, except a larger scale. Yeah.
Whoa, baby.
15 million gallons each.
Wow.
Big.
Yes. Let's see, if that would burst, I'm trying to think how much that would flood.
So Mike can talk about the seismic resiliency aspect of all the design work that's been happening. But these will be able to withstand a big seismic event if it were to happen, when it happens.
These tanks are reinforced with a lot of steel. It's a proven track record. They build these in California and all these other really seismically active places. It's a really good proven design, so not really a risk of rupture. So
I'm sure that's at least. So then you leave the school and then you take off and you go, you said Tile Flat and then Grabhorn. And then where is it going to terminate?
And then we cut over to the west to Clark Hill Road.
Okay.
and then north to Farmington. And then we sort of zigzag a little bit up to where the South Cornelius Pass Road extension for the city of Hillsborough
Right.
terminates there at the south.
Right.
And then take that new road alignment all the way north to the connection point for the city of Hillsborough at Highway 26.
Okay,
north
Highway
end.
26.
And then the connection for TVWD is in Beaverton near the Raccoon Lodge area. So we have a route, what we call the Eastern Extension, to
So
that connection
when
point.
it comes up here and it's going to go into the office or wherever you stop it, is that towards the highway? You said Highway 26?
Yes.
And then where's it going to stop?
So that's where it connects into the system, to Hillsborough's system.
Okay.
And so that will be the supply point to enter that system.
There's actually multiple places along the way as once we get into TVWD service area in Hillsborough where we take water off, but that's kind of the ending one up by Highway 26.
Wow. When did somebody say we need more water and where are we going to get it? I think Andy Dyke, the commissioner, chairman of Washington County, explained that one time on the air. When he got done explaining it, nobody could understand what he was talking about because it is kind of not convoluted to you, but
Yeah, no, I think people have been thinking about the next water supply for decades, really, and evaluating different options. And water is super critical to the region. I remember a quote from Andy Dyke. He's talking about how Washington County is one of the economic engines for the state,
Right.
and that engine runs on water. We have a lot of large businesses and areas that are just dependent on a reliable, resilient water supply, and that's part of what the program is delivering for the region.
So we started at the Willamette River, where I-5 in Wilsonville goes right over Willamette River. We look to the right, and not very far is where you're taking the water out. This is really silly, but I don't know your business, and it's not a very smart. But anyhow, that won't make the Willamette run lower.
No. There's so much flow in the Willamette. You wouldn't even notice it.
Water skiers can.
Yeah, I'm a wakeboarder, so yeah, it won't mess any of that up.
Okay, so we take water out of there, and basically it is how far to Hillsborough?
It's about 30 miles of pipeline.
And by the way the crow flies, it's still about 25 miles?
Yeah, something like that, up to the very end.
And then that's going to give this area an additional how much water?
Well, the initial expansion of the plant when it comes online will be additional 16 million gallons per day, but the treatment plant and the system is being sized for a little bit more than 100 million gallons per day. So as additional demand is realized, we can build out some of the treatment processes to provide that.
Okay, now there is Cornelius and there is Forest Grove to our west, and they're going to continue on the water they're getting from up in.
As far as I know, they'll continue with their existing supplies.
Yeah.
They're not formally part of our program.
Okay, and they don't need it. No, they shouldn't, right? They have their own water.
They're on the Joint Water Commission
Yes.
service, yes. So I'm sure they're doing their own planning of what their population projections are, and currently they're planning for that, and we haven't heard that they have interest in the Willamette system.
Years ago, when we started this program, in fact, the lady that created this program will be here in a minute, and talk. She's with the Washington County Fair now, Fairgrounds, and all that entails. But we had some guests on in early years, and I said, what do you guys do? They said, well, they're with the Washington County Water District. I think that's what it was called. It's a different name. That's not the correct name. But anyhow, they're the Water District, and there's a lot of, it's been here a long time, so I'm sure I'm not saying it right. But anyway, I said, what do you do? They said, well, we're planning for water. we have to plan for 50 years out. I said, well, why? None of us are going to be here. They said, well, we know that, but don't you want them to have water? I said, yeah, I suppose that'd be nice. But that's when I first heard that you have to have water somewhere planned, that you're going to be able to feed water to people for 50 years from now.
So TVWD secured their water right on the Willamette River in 1970. So people have been thinking about this for a really long time. And the folks that planned the Joint Water Commission system, and even first when they first went to the Tualatin River as a source, these were projects that were decades in the making to make sure that all the people who live here in the region have a reliable water source.
And there are places in the world, you probably know from your school days, that don't have water.
That's right. Yeah, here in the United States and really the developed world, we're really lucky that we do have these reliable, clean sources of water supply, because a lot of places in the world don't have that. Mm-hmm. And so we're very fortunate. But we still take our responsibility very seriously to continue to reliably deliver that clean water, and we've got a lot of experts that work really hard every day to do that.
Well, it's I'll just speak for all the people. Thank you. I mean, we got plenty of water. We don't even think about it. I just went and drank a glass of water a minute ago in our kitchen here. I never thought about, boy, am I lucky, or I wonder where this came from. But somebody has to be thinking about those things, right?
That's right. Yeah, and that's really our goal, is to deliver that water and make sure that it's always safe to drink, and make it so part of your daily life that you don't have to think about it. So let us worry about that part, and you can turn on the tap, and for the most part, on a 24/7 basis, that's going to be an uninterrupted service that we deliver to your home.
So when we hear and see or whatever around the world and say the worst thing we have in the world is dirty water, we think, yeah, God, who'd want to drink dirty water? And then it's out of our mind. We don't think of it any further than that. But there are a lot of places in the world that struggle and do drink dirty water, feed it to their kids because it's the only water they have. And we don't have that problem here. Another nice thing about this 3,000 miles and 2,000 miles, this rectangle we live in, has just about everything, doesn't it? I mean, from oil to just snow for water. But you guys are really lucky. Your job's pretty easy then if we got all this water.
I wouldn't say it's easy. There's lots of great challenges, but we're up for the task, and we do appreciate how important it is to the region, the communities, and our own families. So we take it very seriously.
So you guys work for whom?
All three of us work for the Tualatin Valley Water District.
Okay.
Mike and I work exclusively on the Willamette Water Supply program, and Pete is one of the lead engineers at the Tualatin Valley Water District.
Tualatin Valley Water District.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's where. Where's the office? Where do you
Mike
go?
and I work out of an office right near Cornell and Bethany and Highway 26, right there. Pete works out of the office on 170th Avenue in Beaverton.
Well, I have learned a lot, and I hope everyone else has, and it's just a really attaboy, because it's a nice thing to have happening. It's a nice thing to be able to fund it. It's a nice thing to have people smart enough to design this thing for a number of years, and now you've actually kick-started it and it's rolling. How many miles can you go in? How long does it take? Well, you're 1 mile out.
So in a couple places it adds up to about a mile, but we're going to be building pipe for the next 8 years, basically.
And the system
in different places.
The system will be online in 2026. So we have just 9 years now to finish.
26 online. Wow. And so so it's going to be 12 years just in the digging part, right?
That's about right.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your time.
I am, by
And
the
we're happy
way,
to
gonna
come
be
back.
around here. I know you think I'm really old. You're wondering how old I am. But I will be here in 2026.
We hope
That
so.
will
Very
ma-
good.
That will make me, oh, God, I don't, it's questionable. But I don't know.
We'll count on it.
As long as I'm there and they say, should we pull the plug or just let him, at least I'll know I'm getting clean water in that
That's right.
whatever place I am in. Thanks, you guys. Very nice to have you. Marlis Mock, appreciate your
Thank you.
your help on all this, and Peter Boone and Mike Bridge. Thank you very much. You
Thanks
guys
for having
good
us on,
luck.
Don.
If you see a dark blue Suburban, you just know you can tell me, just wave me on, and
Give you the thumbs up.
thumbs up. Well, thank you. Take your
All right.
cups here. You know, these are souvenirs.
Yes.
They're worth a lot of money. I'll be back in a minute. I'm Don McCown on KUIK's Washington County Today.
It's 8:33 on this Friday.